This cable has a connector here that's 10 millimeter. And it just comes off to reveal a threaded rod underneath. These nuts are also 10 millimeter, but because the threaded rod sticks up, you need a deep socket. Take a look at those hooks and see how they attach to the battery box before taking them out. These connectors have a bend in them that connect to the battery box to hold it in place. I have to use a ratchet to get in here. My impact driver wouldn't fit. Take the negative cable off before the positive cable. This is a 12 millimeter nut, so we have to use one of these wrenches to get into the tight space. It's kind of jammed in there. I'll just give it a couple taps to try and loosen it up. Now the negative cable is here, and it runs down past the battery box, underneath it, and continues to the exposed wire with some green corrosion on it, and then a bolt holding it down. We're going to remove the battery tray. It's held in place by bolts that require a 12 millimeter socket. It was too hard to take out with my impact wrench, so I'm going to use a lever arm. I have a 6 and 10 inch extension, so I'll be able to use this cheater bar to get the bolt loose. We've got 3 of the bolts out. There's one that was right here. There's a fourth bolt over here, so I'm going to have to figure out how to move that cable, those wires. Now, this cabling is held in place over here. There's also a connector here we have to get out of the way. Can't quite get to that bolt yet, so we'll have to get this one off the wall. It just took some more prying motion to get this out of there. Now we can get access to that bolt. These bolts are really rusty. I think I'm going to replace them. Got a couple connections keeping it in place here and over here somewhere. Here and here. This is some of the cabling attached to the battery tray. It's on this tab. The way this works is you put a screwdriver in here and pry up and then remove it. There's a little hole there where a little jaw grabs onto. This slides off. There's a connection down here that hopefully we can slide off too. I needed to use a 3/8" wrench here instead of 10mm. I put these two bolts back in to hold this steady while I try to loosen this. Now we have more access to that bolt over there. You can press a tab in here and remove this connector. Guess we didn't have to take this off. Try and clean up that area with a wire brush. This is the new and the old cable. You can see there's some tape here. I cut it off thinking it wasn't supposed to be there, but leave that in place. You can see the amount of corrosion on the old one. And you can also see this tab appears to be in the wrong place, but this needs to twist when you install it. This is the condition of the battery terminal connection. Here's the final connection piece. There's actually a good connection at the shiny part of each of these end points. The resistance between the two is about 0.1 ohms. These are the fasteners I got. This bolt is for the battery base that's made of metal. You can see there's a 2-washer stack up. My oversized washer is thicker than the original, but I have a few more threads on my fastener, so it should be good. This bolt is for the negative battery cable that goes to a flange near the starter motor. You can see it's another 2-washer setup. And in this case, the oversized washer looks like it's the right thickness. The threads go all the way to the end on both the old and the new. There's the condition of the metal flange that's near the starter motor. It's got a lot of rust on it still, but hopefully the clean area will allow a great connection. You can see the tab to the left, it's butted up against part of the flange. This battery tray goes in this orientation with this cutout here. These use a 13mm socket. When you lose power for 10 or 15 minutes, the car forgets how to roll down the window in one click. And to fix this, start the car, press the button until it goes down all the way, then raise the window until it goes up all the way, and hold the button for 2 seconds. Now it should be fixed. And you're done.